All right, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Kakadash, the one that passes this great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there pushing the truth across the four corners of the earth. Just wanted to do a quick one, real quick on this extremism thing because this is very simple, but you got a lot of people pushing to try to make themselves seem like there's something that they're not, and we have to face the reality. The reality, of course, and this is Israelite 101. We were brought here to serve captivity under the scriptures talk about a nation as swift as an eagle. So that's just point number one. Point two, when you look at extremism, and this is I just put extremists and I put news. This is how extremists are faced, are put up. They make you a target. This is what they do with extremists. Look at that. You got a fucking SMG and you face down under cuffs and the police got your ass because you're an extremist. More extremists. Look at that. More extremists. Extremists is basically synonymous with terrorists. And once you say that, then they can start to come at you with the bullshit because they don't, if you're extremist, there's that threat of violence. They don't have to follow the rules when they deal with you. And us as the men of the Lord, we're still trying to teach. We're still trying to wake up Israel, trying to wake up 1/3 of the nation of Israel, or wake up 144,000 men. And we want the ride to be as smooth as possible. We don't want the fucking label of extremism. The scriptures say, be peaceable, be at peace with all men. A wise man, his enemies will be at peace with him. That's what the scriptures tell you. They don't tell you you're supposed to, because an extremist, I don't think people understand what it is. This is Urban Dictionary, which, Urban Dictionaries, it fluctuates, but on this, they're pretty point on. An extremist is someone who supports an idea, cause, or set of values so adamantly and without compromise that said person will use their ideas to justify anything that they do. So basically, and that is that, and then it lists the factors of what extremism is. And that is spot on. Basically, you're psychotic and you're unrational. And so once you become to that point, Esau is he's going to, because Esau, he's psychotic, he's irrational. So they're going to come at you with full force once you claim that as a title. The Lord was not an extremist. The Israelites are the standard. They're the golden apple in the eye of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We're the standard. We're the people who are supposed to be the top people on the earth, the top royal bloodline on the earth. Okay, we're the people who everybody copies, they follow. We're not none of that extremism. Okay, we're not willing to compromise using our ideas to justify everything that we do. We're gonna use the Bible to justify the righteous things that we do. And we're not without compromise. You have to be able to compromise in this society. You can't live in this society, not pay taxes, not go to work, not pay your bills, all that stuff. That's a compromise. Now you can sit there, you could try to play that you're what's the word for these people that get damn. Well, basically they fill out their they do a tax ID and they become Salah. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. And Salakia, I couldn't find it, but you could look it up. You could do tax shit where you're not legally bound. That's what these black consciousness people do. They do a status change and They're not bound by the laws and all these different things. But at the end of the day, you know, once you get done doing all that, you're gonna have to pay for services. You're gonna have to pay to do stuff, pay to renew your license, pay to do all these things. And it's kind of been covered, but you got to say it again. Nothing wrong with refreshing the topic. Matthew 10:16, behold, I sent you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. And this is, there you go. Sent forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Yeah, because we don't have, Israel, they might have guns. They might have a couple guns here and there. They might have a couple of people who have military training here or there. We don't have a standing government. We don't have a standing military. We don't own any utilities. We don't own, massive amounts of land and water and all of this stuff where we can have a sovereign government. That's the word, sovereignty. You have people who claim that they're sovereign. In 1 Peter 2:13, it tells you what? Submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake, whether it be to the king as supreme, or unto governors, as unto them that are sent by him, for the punishment of evildoers and for the praise of them that do well. For so is the will of the Most High, that with well doing ye may put to silence the ignorance of foolish men, as free and not using your liberty for a cloak of maliciousness, but as the servants of the Most High. There you go. So we're supposed to submit. An extremist does not submit. Scriptures say, submit yourselves to every ordinance of man for the Lord's sake. So the Bible does not preach extremism. The Bible, this is a very tactical book. That's why we always compare, we always compare with sword fighting, boxing, these different things, chess, different things that take a tactical mind. In the flesh, you might take some L's dealing with some situations. In a spiritual sense, you might, have to take the low, take an L. An extremist is not going to do that. They're going out, like in that Tupac fashion. They're trying to go out guns blazing, fuck everybody, that kind of shit. So the Bible does not teach extremism. Just a quick thought. Shalom.